My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Psalm 73:26. Yeah, when my body quits,
my spirit finds him. Out of breath, but closer to God than I've ever been. When my physical strength ends, spiritual strength begins. In a space where I have nothing left to give. Out of breath, but closer to God, that's where I live. My most authentic prayer when I'm too tired to pretend. When every defense is down and I depend completely on His strength to finish what I started. Out of breath, but closer to God, wholehearted. Surrender happened when I reach the enemy. That when His power shows up abundantly. Filling the gap between my ability and the task. Out of breath, but closer to God, all I had to ask is for His strength to carry me the rest of the way. When I'm depleted, when I've given all I can today, He meets me in my weakness, proves He's strong. Out of breath, but closer to God where I belong. When I have nothing left, He gives me every ring. When I'm at my weakest, that's when He makes me sing. Out of breath, but closer to God. In my exhaustion, He shows up when I'm completely spent against all odds. Out of breath, but closer to God, filling my cup. Out of breath, but closer to God. This is where His power shines brightest. In my human limitation, I'm on. Out of breath, but closer to God, the slightest. There's something sacred about the breaking point. Out of breath, but closer to God, I anoint this moment with gratitude for His sustaining grace that carries me when I can barely keep the pace. Physical training teaches me spiritual truth. Out of breath, but closer to God. Proof that His strength is made perfect in my weakness. That when I'm depleted, He brings completeness to what I lack, to what I can't do alone. Not a breath, but closer to God, I've known Him deeper in exhaustion than in comfort, because desperation makes me press toward His presence with urgency. We need out of breath, but closer to God I feed. On His strength, His power, His endless supply. When mine runs out, His never runs dry. When I have nothing left, He gives me everything. When I'm at my weakest, that's when He makes me sing. Out of breath, but closer to God. In my exhaustion, He shows up strong. When I'm completely spent against all odds. Out of breath, but closer to God, I belong. Out of breath, but closer to God. This is where His power shines brightest. In my human limitation, I'm marred. Out of breath, but closer to God, the slide. So I push to the limit, not to prove my strength, but to discover His going the length of my capacity to find where His begins. Out of breath, but closer to God, He wins every time. Proving that His grace is sufficient, that His power is perfected. When I'm deficient in my own resources, my own energy. Out of breath, but closer to God, synergy. Out of breath, but closer to God, spiritual. In my exhaustion, He shows up strong. When I'm completely spent against all odds, prevailing. Out of breath, but closer to God, I'm not failing. Out of breath, but closer to God. Divine strength. Where His power shines brightest, going the land. My human limitation, I'm going hard completely. Out of breath, but closer to God, the slide. So embrace the moments when you're at your end. That's where God's power begins, my friend. Out of breath becomes the best place to be. Out of breath, but closer to God, truly free. Yeah. Weakness meets strength, exhaustion meets power. That's when miracles happen. That's when God shows up. Rejoice always. Pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances. For this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18. I wasn't trying to worship, but God showed up anyway. I had my headphones on, just vibing to the beat. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, bittersweet. Moment when the music hit different than before. Same songs I heard 100 times, but this time more than entertainment. They became conversation. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, revelation. Hit me that every lyric was speaking to my soul. God was using music to make me whole in ways I didn't expect, didn't plan. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, I ran toward Him through the rhythm, through the sound. Found myself worshiping when I thought I just found a good work I mixed, but it became divine. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, every line felt personal, felt prophetic, felt real, like God was speaking directly about what I felt. I came for motivation, but found transformation. The music became ministry in that sacred gym. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, I met God in the most unexpected place. Between that 808s and the snare. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. My work conversation in the air. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, satisfying. I wasn't in church, wasn't in a service, but the day my playlist turned into a prayer, nervous. System got replaced with peace that passed understanding. God's presence overwhelming, so demanding. My attention through the music I was hearing. The day my playlist turned into a prayer clearing. All the noise, all the distractions, all the stress, leaving just me and God, nothing less than pure communion through the songs. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. Wrongs being made right, burdens being lifted, my perspective being shifted from just physical training to spiritual encounter. The day my playlist turned into a prayer counter. To everything I thought worship had to look like, God showing up in my daily life, striking. I came up on a motivation, found transformation. The music became ministry in that sacred gym. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, I met God in the most unexpected place. Between the 808s and the snare. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. My word God became worship without trying. Every song a conversation in the air. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, satisfied. So now I curate my music intentionally. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, potentially. Every song could be a doorway to His presence. Not just hype, but spiritual essence, filling my mind, feeding my soul. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. Whole experience of training body and spirit together through music that connects me to God forever. Turned into a prayer. I met God in the most unexpected place. Between the 808s and the snare. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. The day my playlist turned into a prayer. My word God became worship without trying. Every song a conversation in the air. The day my playlist turned into a prayer, satisfied. So be intentional about what you let in your ears. God can use your playlist to address your fears, your doubts, your struggles, your pain. The day your playlist turned into a prayer, you're never the same. Yeah. Worship everywhere. Music ministry. That's meeting God. That's transformation.
For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith. And this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. Ephesians 2:8-9. Yeah, I work hard, but I know where my strength comes from. This is where effort and grace collide.
When the grind meets grace, that's where I operate. Not by my strength alone, that's a state. I learn to live in, working hard but trusting God. When the grind meets grace, against all odds, I'm achieving things I never could on my own. It's my effort plus His power, fully grown into something bigger than just hustle culture. When the grind meets grace, like a vulture, the enemy tried to steal my peace through overwork. But when the grind meets grace, I don't lurk in burnout territory. I rest in Him while still giving my all, pushing every limb to its limit, but knowing when to stop. When the grind meets grace, I can drop the burden of performance, the weight of doing enough. His grace fills a gap when my grind gets tough. I work like it all depends on me, but trust like it all depends on Him. That's the tension where I'm free. When the grind meets grace, I win. When the grind meets grace, everything changes. My effort has purpose, rearranges my motivation from proving to worshiping. When the grind meets grace, discovering. When the grind meets grace, I can rest while still giving my absolute best. It's not either or, but beautiful both. And when the grind meets grace, I understand. I'm not lazy, I work hard every day. But when the grind meets grace, I pray just as hard as I train, recognizing that without God, my efforts not rising to the level He calls me to reach. When the grind meets grace, I preach through my lifestyle, through my work ethic that's rooted in gratitude, not pathetic. Striving to earn what's already been given. When the grind meets grace, I'm driven by love, not fear, by purpose, not pressure. God's grace makes my grind a treasure, not a burden, not a cage to prove my worth. When the grind meets grace, rebirth happens in my motivation, in my why. I work hard because I'm grateful I don't have to try. I work like it all depends on me, but trust like it all depends on Him. That's the tension where I'm free. When the grind meets grace, I win. When the grind meets grace, everything changes. My effort has purpose, rearranges my motivation from proving to worshiping. When the grind meets grace, discovering. When the grind meets grace, I can rest while still giving my absolute best. It's not either or, but beautiful both. And when the grind meets grace, I understand. So I grind with gratitude work with worship. When the grind meets grace, partnership between my effort and his enabling, my striving and his sustaining. This is the sweet spot where burnout dies. When the grind meets grace, I realize that I was never meant to do this alone. God's grace make my grind. When the grind meets grace, everything changes. My effort has purpose, rearranged. My mama basing from proving to worshiping daily. When the grind meets grace, discovering. When the grind meets grace, I can rest peaceful while still giving my absolute best. It's not either hope but beautiful, both in balance. When the grind meets grace, I understand. So work hard but rest well. Grind with purpose but trust in his power. That's where the magic happens. When the grind meets grace, every hour. Yeah. Effort plus grace, work plus worship. That's the kingdom way. That's sustainable strength.
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Yeah. 1 a.m. The world's asleep, but I'm awake talking to you. Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. the house is quiet, everyone's sleeping, but I'm here on my knees, my soul is weeping. From the weight of the day, from the battles I fought. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. I'm caught between exhaustion and need to connect with you, God, before I can rest. To reflect on everything that happened, the wins and the losses. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, bearing crosses that felt too heavy for my shoulders today. But here in your presence I can finally say what I couldn't tell anyone else, my deepest fears. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, through tears I pour out my heart, no filter, no show. Just me and you, God, you already know what I'm feeling, what I need, what I lack. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, taking it all back. When the world is silent and the night is still, I meet with you and you refill. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. This is where I find my strength to face tomorrow. In the stillness, in the quiet, I pray. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, no more sorrow. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. You meet me in my weakness, in my tired state, and you renew my hope, show me the way. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, I'll wait. I'm physically drained but spiritually awake. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. I shake off the lies the enemy whispered all day long, that I'm not enough, that I don't belong. But here with you, I remember who I am. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. Your lamb, love, chosen, called for a purpose divine. Even when I'm exhausted, your light still shines through me, reminding me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. Going the length of this journey with me, never leaving my side. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, you're my guide. Through the darkness, through the doubt, through the pain. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, I gain perspective that can only come from this time, where you and everything else falls in. The world is silent and the night is still, I meet with you and you refill. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. This is where I find my strength to face tomorrow. In the stillness, in the quiet, I pray. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, no more sorrow. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. You meet me in my weakness, in my tired state, and you renew my hope, show me the way. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. So I'm trading my anxiety for your peace, my worry for your rest, complete release of everything I've been carried today. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. It all at your feet, every burden, every care. Knowing you're faithful, knowing you're there. Even at 1 a.m. when I'm too tired to think, you're the water when I'm at the brink. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. Oh, this is where I find my strength to face tomorrow. In the stillness, in the quiet, I pray. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day, no more sorrow. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. You meet me in my weakness, in my tired state, and you renew my hope, show me the way. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day. So when you're exhausted, when the day's been long, find that sacred space where you belong. In his presence, at any hour, he's away. 1 a.m. prayer after a long day for your sake.
Yeah. He never sleeps. He's always listening. That's comfort. That's home. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Matthew 11:28-29. Yeah.
I was carrying too much. Then I learned to let go. Yeah. The weight I couldn't lift wasn't on the bar. It was on my shoulders, on my heart, going far beyond my capacity to carry alone. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Sean was my pride, my need to control everything. My anxiety, my fear, my constant worrying about the future, about my worth, about success. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Confess, I try to handle it myself, try to be strong, carry burdens I was never meant to carry alone. My journey breaking under the pressure, the weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Treasure I found when I finally surrendered it all. Laid it at his feet, let him catch me when I fall. Into his grace, into his rest, into his peace. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Release. I was trying to be strong, carrying weight alone, but when I gave it to him, he made it his own. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Now I'm free from the burden that tried to defeat us. He took what was crushing me, made it light. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Alright, the weight I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus was never mine to carry, that's the thesis of grace, he bears what I cannot. The weight I couldn't live until I gave is what I got. I'm talking about emotional weight, mental strain. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Pain that I was holding on to, trauma from the past, unforgiveness, bitterness that couldn't last. Once I released it to him who heals all wounds. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Consumed by his love, his mercy, his transforming power. What I carried for years, he took in an hour. A genuine surrender of true letting go. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Flow of peace replaced the weight of worry. Grace replaced the weight of guilt and fury. Disappeared when I stopped trying to atone. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus alone. He carried to the cross, already paid the price. I just had to accept his sacrifice. I was trying to be strong, carrying weight alone, but when I gave it to him, he made it his own. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Now I'm free from the burden that tried to defeat us. He took what was crushing me, made it light. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. Alright, the weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus was never mine to carry, that's the thesis of grace, he bears what I cannot bear. The weight I couldn't lift until I gave it to Jesus. So I'm laying down every burden at his feet. Yeah. The weight I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus complete. Surrender is my new strength, letting go my power, trusting him with everything, every single hour. No more striving in my own might. The weight I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus. Tonight and every night and every day forward, I'm living in the freedom of his grace. Weight I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus. Free from the burden that tried to defeat his kingdom. It made me the light is there. I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus. The weight I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus was never mine to carry. The liberation of grace, he bears what I cannot bear at all. The weight I couldn't live until I gave it to Jesus. So whatever weight you're carrying today, give it to Jesus, don't delay. He's ready to take what you cannot lift, the weight you couldn't lift until you give it to Jesus. That's the gift. Yeah, surrender is strength, letting go is power. That's grace. That's freedom.
Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. So word down 978. Yeah, I tried to escape, but found exactly what I needed. I was running from my problem, trying to escape the pressure, the pain, the mistakes I made. But running from my problems, running into God with the divine setup. I didn't see his side, how he orchestrates our steps, even when we flee from what we need to face, from reality. I thought I was running away from everything, but running from my problems, running into God. The thing is, he was waiting for me at my lowest point, when I had nowhere else to go, no one to anoint my wounds, no solution in sight. Running from my problems, running into God felt right. Even though I didn't plan it, didn't seek him out, he found me in my run and removed my doubt. That he cares, that he sees, that he knows. Running from my problems, running into God shows. I was trying to escape, but he was already there. In my running, I found the answer to my prayer. Running from my problems, running into God, that's how he works against all odds. I thought I was fleeing, but I was being led. Running from my problems, running into God instead. Running from my problems, running into God. He turned my escape to divine encounter. My breakdown into breakthrough, my flight into faith. Running from my what to do.
Like Jonah tried to run from his calling, but running from my problems, running into God falling. Into his plan is inevitable when you're his. You can't outrun his love, his purpose is his bliss. That comes from surrendering to where he leads. Even when it looks like you're just running from your needs. To face what's hard, to deal with what hurts. Running from my problems, running into God converse. My flight in the faith, my escape into encounter with the one who knows me better than I know myself. No doubter can't convince me that this wasn't orchestrated. Running from my problems, running into God, he waited for me to get to the end of myself, to exhaust all my options, to cry for help. And there he was, had been all along. Running from my problems, running into God, so strong. Trying to escape, but he was already there. In my running, I found the answer to my prayer. Running from my problems, running into God. That's how he works against all odds. I thought I was fleeing, but I was being led. Running from my problems, running into God instead. Running from my problems, running into God. He turned my escape into divine encounter. My breakdown into breakthrough, my flight into faith. Running from my problems. So start running from what you need to face, and start running to God, to his embrace. He'll meet you in your mess, in your flight. Running from your problems, running into God, that's right. Where you need to be, even if you didn't know. God's been orchestrating your steps, the flow of your life toward this divine collision. Running from your problems, running into God, the decision. Yeah. Running from my problems, running into God. Set up, that's how he works against all odds. I thought I was fleeing, but I was being led. Running from my problems, running into God. Running from my problems, running into God. Turn my escape into the counter. My breakdown into breakthrough, my flight into faith. Running from my problems. So when you're running, check your direction. You might be running divine direction, or connection with the God who's been waiting. Running from your problems, running to God, he's not hating. Yeah. Divine setups, perfect timing. That's sovereignty, that's grace.
The Lord does not look at the things people look at the outward appearance. But the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. Yeah. They saw the muscles, but God saw the pain.
I look strong outside, let the heavy no one knew that I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. That I was broken, barely holding on, using the gender high from what going wrong. Inside my mind, inside my heart, inside my soul, I look strong outside, but God saw the truth, the whole. That I was trying to fill with achievement and gains, while ignoring the spiritual and emotional pains that were eating me alive beneath the surface. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth, my purpose wasn't to impress people with my physical strength, but to surrender my weakness to him. Go to length, the vulnerability of honesty, a confession that I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. Depression, anxiety, fear, doubt, all hiding beneath the muscular exterior, the gritted teeth. I fooled everyone, but I couldn't fool him. He saw through the strength to the brokenness within. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. That I was falling apart and needed proof of his love outside, but God saw the truth every hour. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth every hour. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. That beneath the muscles was a desperate youth, searching for identity, for word, for peace. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth relief. People would compliment my physique, my discipline. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth of prison. I wasn't mentally the cage of perfectionism, the idol of fitness that had become my religion. Instead of him being my source and my strength, I look strong outside, but God saw the truth of length. I would go to avoid facing my real issues, using workouts like drugs, like distracting tissues to wipe away symptoms, but never address the disease. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth on my knees. Is where I needed to be, vulnerable and real. Not performing strength, but admitting how I feel. Weak, afraid, uncertain, not enough. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth tough. Love is what he showed me when I finally broke, and stopped pretending I was strong. Finally spoke. I fooled everyone, but I couldn't fool him. He saw through the strength to the brokenness within. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. That I was falling apart and needed proof of his love, his grace, his healing power. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth every hour. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth every hour. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth every hour. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. That
beneath the muscles was a desperate youth, searching for identity, for worth, for peace. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth breathe. So I stopped hiding behind my physical strength and started being honest about my spiritual length. The lack thereof, my weakness, my need. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth, free me when I admitted I wasn't okay, that I needed Him more than I need to slay. My work has so impressed anyone with my frame. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth, no shame. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. They're drinking well. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. Every mile. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. There beneath the muscles was a desperate you. Laying on for identity, for worth, for peace. I look strong. So don't hide behind your strength, whatever it is. God sees the truth, He knows your biz. The real you that you hide from everyone else. I look strong outside, but God saw the truth. Be yourself. Yeah. Real strength is honesty. Real power is vulnerability. That's freedom. That's healing.
He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. Yeah. When no one was watching, God was working. Yeah. Yeah. I was training in the dark, nobody saw the work. God was building me in the quiet where He lurks. In the hidden places, the early morning grind. When I showed up faithfully, leaving doubt behind. At 5 a.m. when the world was still sleeping, I was training in the dark, I was keeping track of every rep, every sacrifice I made. God was building me in the quiet foundation laid in obscurity before I ever saw the fruit of my labor, of my discipline. Absolute trust was required when results were invisible. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Critical phase of development that nobody photographs, the unsexy work that nobody sees or grasps. But God was working behind the scenes. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet between. When I couldn't see progress, He was making me stronger. In the darkness, in the quiet, He was working all along. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. When I felt invisible, He was working, don't deny it. Every hidden moment mattered, every unseen sacrifice. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Precise, I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Preparing me for what I couldn't see yet. I'll try it, trust in His process when I couldn't trace His hand. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. His plan, yeah. Nobody applauded my consistency back then. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. When the spotlight comes, they'll see what He was doing. All along in the darkness, what He was brewing. In secret, in the hidden place of formation. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet foundation. Strong enough to carry the weight of public success. Was laid in private when nobody could assess my progress, my growth, my transformation. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Patience was the lesson, faithfulness the test. Showing up when I felt my worst in my best. Same dedication, same devotion, same discipline. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Within the hidden years, the anonymous seasons, God was working for purposes beyond my reason. When I couldn't see progress, He was making me stronger. In the darkness, in the quiet, He was working all along. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. When I felt invisible, He was working, don't deny it. Every hidden moment mattered, every unseen sacrifice. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Precise, I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Preparing me for what I couldn't see yet. I'll try it, trust in His process when I couldn't trace His hand. I was training in the dark, God was building me in the quiet. His plan, so if you're in your dark season right now, keep training, keep trusting, don't bow to discouragement, to impatience, to doubt. God is building you in the quiet without public recognition, but with divine intention. Every moment matters, pay attention to what He's doing in the hidden place. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. His grace. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Unseen work, when I felt invisible, He was working, don't deny it. Not a quirk, every hidden moment mattered, every unseen sacrifice count. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet mountain. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet. Faithful still, preparing me for what I couldn't see yet. Climbing the hill, trusting His process when I couldn't trace His hand reaching. I was training in the dark, I was building me in the quiet, teaching.
So embrace your dark seas and your quiet time. God's building something in you that will shine when the moment's right, when the time has come. I was training in the dark, God was building me in the quiet. And I won. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, hidden work, hidden work, hidden work, hidden work. Divine build, divine build, divine build. That's the process, that's faithfulness, faithfulness.
So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. Yeah. Every rep, every set, every sacrifice, this is my offering.
Yeah, I used to work out just to look good, feel strong, but when discipline becomes worship, it's a whole different song. I'm singing out with every movement, every choice. When discipline becomes worship, I hear his voice saying, this is how you wanna me with your body. Not by perfection, but by faithful consistency. When discipline becomes worship, the gym becomes my altar, where I lay down my excuses never falter. And my commitment to steward what he gave me, this temple, this vessel, this body to save me. For his purposes, his glory, his use. When discipline becomes worship, I refuse to be lazy, to be careless, to neglect what God entrusted to me. I reflect his image better when I'm disciplined. When discipline becomes worship, where I've been, it's not about the gains, it's about the glory. When discipline becomes worship, that's my story. When discipline becomes worship, everything changes. My motivation shifts from vanity to praise, and the one who gave me strength to push through. When discipline becomes worship, all for you. When discipline becomes worship, sacred act of honoring God with how I treat his fact that my body's not my own, it's his temple. When discipline becomes worship, so simple. When discipline becomes worship, so simple, so simple. Discipline becomes worship, so simple, yeah, so simple. Every early morning when I don't feel like rising, when discipline becomes worship, I'm realizing that obedience is better than sacrifice. My faithfulness in small things opens doors that are nice to bigger opportunities to serve him well. When discipline becomes worship, I can tell the difference between self-improvement for ego and spiritual growth through discipline's flow. I'm not just building muscle, I'm building character. When discipline becomes worship, the barrier between secular and sacred disappears. My workout becomes prayer, addressing my fears. Through faith that God will give me what I need. When discipline becomes worship, I proceed with purpose beyond aesthetics, beyond pride. When discipline becomes worship, I abide. It's not about the gains, it's about the glory. When discipline becomes worship, that's my story. When discipline becomes worship, everything changes. My motivation shifts from vanity to praise, and the one who gave me strength to push through. When discipline becomes worship, all for you. When discipline becomes worship, sacred act of honoring God with how I treat his fact that my body's not my own, this is temple. When discipline becomes worship, so simple. When discipline becomes worship, so simple, so simple. When discipline becomes worship, so simple, so simple. So I'm disciplined not to prove anything, but to honor the King who gave me everything. When discipline becomes worship, transformation happens from the inside out. New foundation for why I do what I do, why I stay consistent, why I push when I'm tired, why I'm persistent. Not for likes or approval or external validation. When discipline becomes worship, it's dedication. When discipline becomes worship, everything changes, transform. Everything changes. My motivation shift from vanity to praise and reform. The one who gave me strength to push through. When discipline becomes worship, wide awake, wide awake. When discipline becomes worship, when discipline becomes worship, sacred act of honoring God with how I treat this fact that my body's not my own, this is temple. When discipline becomes worship, so simple. Relationships, so let your discipline be an act of worship. Every choice, every sacrifice, let it surface from a heart that wants to honor him. When discipline becomes worship, that's genuine, yeah. Sacred discipline, worshipful obedience, that's maturity, that's devotion. Yeah. That's devotion.
What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Matthew 16:26. Yeah, I had everything I wanted, but nothing I needed.
The day I realized success couldn't save me,
I was at the top, but empty felt crazy. How can I have achieved everything I set out to do, but still feel broken, incomplete, not new? Just more accomplished, more recognized, more praise. But the day I realized success couldn't save me, days, it's how I felt when it hit me that the goal I've been chasing couldn't satisfy my soul. Success gave me status but not peace. The day I realized success couldn't save me, release was what I needed from the prison I built, of achievement and accolades that couldn't kill my guilt, my shame, my emptiness, my deep need for something more than what success could feed. My ego but not my spirit, my image but not my heart. The day I realized success couldn't save me, falling apart, I climbed the ladder, reached the top, but still felt empty. Success couldn't stop. The day I realized success couldn't save me, everything changed in my perspective. All that I achieved could enslave me. The day I realized success couldn't save me, detective. The day I realized success couldn't save me, I found what I was really searching for, not in achievements but in Christ who gave me. The day I realized success couldn't save me.
I had the car, the house, the career, the respect, but the day I realized success couldn't save me wreck. My whole worldview, my whole identity, based on what I did instead of whose I'm meant to be. Success is temporary, fleeting, never enough. The day I realized success couldn't save me tough. Truth to swallow when you sacrifice everything for a God that can't deliver what it promised to bring.
Fulfillment, purpose, lasting joy.
The day I realized success couldn't save me, decoy is what it was, distracting me from real treasure, found only in Jesus, not in any earthly measure of achievement or accomplishment or fame. The day I realized success couldn't save me shame, turn to gratitude for the awakening to the truth that only Christ is worth the making.
I climbed the ladder, reached the top, but still felt empty. Success couldn't stop. The day I realized success couldn't save, everything changed in my perspective. All that I achieved couldn't enslave. The day I realized success couldn't save me, no fear. The day I realized success couldn't save me, I found what I was really searching for. Christ who gave me. The day I realized success couldn't save me, new days, so I'm redefining what success means to me. The day I realized success couldn't save me, free to pursue God's will instead of worldly validation. True success is faithful obedience, not public ovation. It's loving well, serving others, seeking Him first. The day I realized success couldn't save. Worst thing that happened became the best thing when I stopped chasing success and started following a King. The day I realized success couldn't save the call. Everything changing my perspective completely. Couldn't enslave anymore. The day I realized success couldn't formation, I found what I was really searching for. My whole life, but He gave me new foundation. The day I realized success couldn't save me. So chase Christ, not success. He's the only one who can address the void in your soul that nothing else can fill. The day you realize success can't save you.
Seek His will, yeah. Christ over career, purpose over prestige. That's real success. That's true fulfillment.
For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil. Yeah, they saw me lifting weights, but missed the real fight. I was fighting 2 battles every time I showed up. The battle knowing that the gym could see building up in the spiritual realm while I train my physical frame. Warfare invisible, but the stakes were the same. High may be higher than the weights I press. The battle knowing that the gym could see stress. My soul more than my muscles ever could. Fighting for my mind, for my heart, for my good. Against the enemy who wanted me defeated. The battle knowing that the gym could see repeated. Daily attacks on my identity, my worth, telling me I'm not enough since my birth. But I'm fighting back with faith, with prayer. The battle knowing that the gym can see warfare. Spiritual that requires spiritual weapons. Not just physical strength, but divine interventions. They see the sweat, but miss the spiritual. They count my reps, but God keeps the real score. The battle knowing that the gym can see was raging in my mind and my spirit constantly. While I lifted weights, I was also lifting prayers. The battle knowing that the gym can see warfare. The battle knowing that the gym can see
Was against the lies, the doubt, the enemy trying to take me out internally. The battle no one at the gym could see victory. Every workout was also spiritual warfare training. The battle no one at the gym could see maintaining. My faith under pressure, my hope under strain. Physical discipline, teaching me spiritual game. How to push through when everything says quit. The battle no one at the gym could see submit. To God resist the devil, stand firm in faith. While building my body, building my spiritual race. Against the kingdom of darkness that attacks. The battle no one at the gym could see fast. Hard that we're in a war, whether we acknowledge it. Physical training mirrors, spiritual grit. Needed to endure, to persevere, to last. The battle no one at the gym can see vast. Implications for eternity, not just time. Physical strength, but spiritual power prime. They see the sweat, but miss the spiritual. They count my reps, but God keeps the real score. The battle no one at the gym can see was raging in my mind, in my spirit constantly. While I lifted weights, I was also lifting prayers. The battle no one at the gym could see warfare. The battle no one at the gym could see was against the lies, the doubt, the enemy trying to take me out internally. The battle no one at the gym could see victory. So I put on the armor of God every morning. The battle no one at the gym could see. Warning to the enemy that I'm ready for the fight. With truth, righteousness, gospel, faith, salvation, might. For the spirit, the word of God, prayer our way. The battle no one at the gym could see displays. God's power through my weakness made strong. Physical training preparing me all along. The battle no one at the gym could see. Invisible war in my spirit constantly. Lifted weights, I was also lifting prayer. The battle no one at the gym could see warfare. The battle no one at the gym could see. Real fight was against the lies, the doubt, the enemy. Day and night trying to take me out eternally forever. The battle no one at the gym could see. Never sever. So remember when you're training physically, there's also a battle spiritually. Don't neglect the fight no one can see. The battle no one at the gym could see set you free. Yeah. Dual warfare, physical and spiritual. That's the complete training. That's victory. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. 1 Corinthians 10:13. Yeah. The battle doesn't stop when I rest. It continues between sets. I'm fighting temptation between sets. In my mind, the enemy attacks when I'm vulnerable, trying to find a crack in my armor, a moment of weakness. Fighting temptation between sets, the bleakness of old habits calling me back to sin. The rest period becomes a battleground within. My thoughts, my desires, my flesh screaming loud. Fighting temptation between sets, unbowed. I remain by God's grace, not my strength alone. The same power that helps me live, helps me to own victory over temptation in every area. Fighting temptation between sets, clearer becomes my need for constant vigilance. Not just in the gym, but in my spiritual existence. Every moment is a choice, every rest a test. Fighting temptation between sets manifest. In the quiet moments when my guard goes down, that's when temptation tries to come around. Fighting temptation between sets, spiritual warfare. While I'm resting my body, my mind must prepare for the attack. Coming stillness. Fighting temptation between sets with willness. Fighting temptation between sets, God's power. I call on Jesus every single hour to give me strength to resist, to stand. Fighting temptation between sets, His hand. The gym become my training ground for life. Fighting temptation between sets, the strife. I face in moments of rest teaches me discipline, not just physical but spiritual, genuine. Resistance to the enemy's schemes and lies. Fighting temptation between sets, I rise above the pull of flesh, above the call of sin. By fixing my eyes on Jesus, letting Him win. The battle for my mind, for my thoughts, for my heart. Fighting temptation between sets is the start of learning how to fight in every season. Not just when I'm strong, but when I have a reason to quit, to give in, to let my guard down. Fighting temptation between sets, I found that victory comes from constant dependence on God's strength and of my independence. In the quiet moments when my guard goes down, that's when temptation tries to come around. Fighting temptation between sets, spiritual warfare. While I'm resting my body, my mind must prepare for the attacks that come in students. Fighting temptation between sets with willness. Fighting temptation between sets, God's power. I call on Jesus every single hour to give me strength to resist, to stand. Fighting
temptations between sets. So I pray between sets, I quote scripture. Fighting temptation between sets, the picture. It's clear that this is more than physical training. It's spiritual warfare, no complaining. Just dependence on the one who overcame. Fighting temptation between sets in his name. I resist the devil and he flees from me. Fighting temptation between sets, I'm free. Fighting temptation between sets, spiritual warfare. While I'm resting my body, my mind must prepare for the attacks to come in some rain. Fighting temptation between sets, God's best. Fighting temptation between sets, God's best. Fighting temptation between sets, God's power. I call on Jesus every single hour. My turn. So when you're resting, stay alert. The enemy attacks when you're not on the dirt. A battle, stay ready, even in red. Fighting temptation between, that's the test, yeah. Constant vigilance, spiritual warfare. That's the fight, that's the victory. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. Yeah. When I hit rock bottom, I found a rock. I was at my lowest, couldn't go any deeper. God met me in my lowest moment, keeper. My soul showed up when I had nothing left. No strength, no hope, emotionally bereft. I thought I was alone, abandoned, forgotten. But God met me in my lowest moment, guiding my attention through the pain, through the fall. When I finally stopped trying to control it all and surrendered to the bottom, to the break. God met me in my lowest moment, wait. For the first time to his presence in the pain, realizing he was there even in my shame. Not condemning but compassionate, not distant but near. God met me in my lowest moment, crystal clear. Became his love for me that doesn't depend on my performance, on my strength to ascend. When I had nothing left, he gave me everything. In my darkest hour, he taught me how to sing. God met me in my lowest moment, when I was broken and alone. He showed up in my darkness, made my pain his throne. God met me in my lowest moment, didn't wait for me to get it right. He came to where I was and became my life. I used to think I had to clean up first. God met me in my lowest moment, burst a lie wide open, showed me his grace. Reaches deepest when I'm in the lowest place. He doesn't wait for me to have it together. God met me in my lowest moment, to hope when everything else let me down. When I was drowning, he didn't let me drown, but pulled me up. Not with judgment, but with love. God met me in my lowest moment, from above and below, surrounding me completely. In my mess and my failure, so sweetly, he whispered, I love you, you're mine. Even here, especially here, this is the time. I show my power, my glory, my grace. God met me in my lowest moment, face to face. When I had nothing left, he gave me everything. In my darkest hour, he taught me how to sing. God met me in my lowest moment, when I was broken and alone. He showed up in my darkness, made my pain his throne. God met me in my lowest moment, didn't wait for me to get it right. He came to where I was and became my life. So if you're in your lowest moment right now, know that God is there, he knows how to meet you exactly where you are. You don't have to be strong, you can show your scars. He's not afraid of your mess, your pain. God meets you in your lowest moment, no shame. Just grace, just love, just presence divine. That's when his power shines most in your life's design. God met me in my lowest moment, when I was broken and alone. He was nearby, he showed up in my darkness, made my pain his throne. Silver lining, God met me in my lowest moment, didn't wait for me to get it right. He came when I was falling and became my life. So don't despair in your lowest moment, that's where God's power is most potent. He specializes in impossible situations. God meets you in your lowest moment. That's his reputation, yeah. Rock bottom, solid rock. That's where we meet him. That's where transformation starts.
Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Yeah. When the headphones come off, that's when the real battle begins. Yeah.
I use music to drown out the noise in my head. The silence after the music stops fills me with dread. The confronting my thoughts, my fears, my doubts. The silence after the music stops, no way out but to face what I've been avoiding all day. The questions, the worries, the things I can't say out loud, so I keep the volume high. The silence after music stops, try to avoid it, postpone it, distract myself. But eventually I have to sit with myself in the quiet, in the stillness, in the space. The silence after the music stops, face to face with who I really am. Beneath the noise, with God's voice that's been trying to reach me through the pores. I maintain with constant stimulation. The silence after the music stops, revelation. When the noise fades and I'm alone with my mind, that's when God speaks, that's what I find. The silence after the music stops is where God meets me at the crossroads, where I can't hide behind the drops. The silence after the music stops, heavy load. Silence after the music stops, it's uncomfortable but necessary. Where transformation happens, never flops. The silence after the music stops, sanctuary. I'm scared of the silence because it's honest. The silence after the music stops, I'm being honest. For the first time today without distraction, facing my life without manufactured satisfaction from external stimuli, just me and God. The silence after the music stops feels odd, at first uncomfortable, even scary, but necessary for spiritual growth. Vary my routine to include moments of quiet. The silence after the music stops, I try and discover that God's been waiting there to speak to me, to show me that He cares about what I've been avoiding, running from. The silence after the music stops, outcome it's always worth the discomfort I feel when I let God's voice become real. When the noise fades and I'm alone with my mind, that's when God speaks, that's what I find. The silence after music stops is where God meets me at the crossroads, where I can't hide behind the doubt. The silence after music stops, heavy load. Silence after music stops, it's uncomfortable but necessary space where transformation happens, never flops. The silence after music stops, face to face. So I'm learning to embrace the silence instead of filling every moment with noise. Yeah. The silence after music stops, reliance on God's voice becomes my choice. Yeah. Not constant stimulation, not endless distractions, but intentional stillness, divine interaction. The silence after the music stops becomes my sacred space where healing comes. The silence after the music stops is where God meets me at the cross. Can't escape behind the noise and the evil. The silence after the music stops to expose. The silence after the music stops, it's so uncomfortable but necessary for me. Transformation happens, never occurs. The silence after the music stops, face to face. So don't fear the sense when the music ends. That's where God speaks, where healing ends. When noise is broken, what distraction has delayed. The silence after the music stops, where you'll remain. Yeah, sacred silence, divine encounter. That's where growth happens. That's where God speaks.
Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old is gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Yeah. I want a transformation, but God had a different plan. I was chasing a better body, counting reps and macros, but God gave me a new light of factual. That what I thought I needed wasn't what I was missing. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life, listening to a deeper call than just physical change. He wanted to transform my heart, my whole range of existence, not just how I looked. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. He took my pursuit of external perfection and turned it into internal resurrection of the man I was meant to be. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life, set me free from the prison of superficial goals to eternal purposes to feed my soul more than any physique ever could. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life, understood. I wanted muscles, He gave me purpose. I wanted gain, He gave me word, I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Everything changed when I let him use the strife to transform not just my frame, but my entire being. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Saying I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. More abundant than I ever imagined before. Not just physical, but spiritual transformation. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Elevation. I walked into the gym looking for a six-pack. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life track. Recorded faithfulness, a character of growth that goes way beyond the mirror. I'm taking a note. The steward, what he gave me, both body and soul. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Whole person transformation inside and out. Not just looking good, but being good. No doubt that this is what I needed all along. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Strong faith to go with the strong body I was building. God's plan was better than mine, more fulfilling than any aesthetic goal I set for myself. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Well, the spiritual riches that never fade, physical strength, the spiritual power upgrade. I wanted muscles, he gave me purpose. I wanted gain, he gave me word. Yeah, he gave me word. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Everything changed when I let him use the strife to transform not just my frame, but my entire being. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Seeing I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. More abundant than I ever imagined before. Not just physical, but spiritual transformation. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. More. So now I train with purpose, beyond aesthetics. My workouts are worship, not just cosmetics. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life that honors him with how I live. Not just what I live, the weights are still heavy, but the burden is light. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life, right? Priorities now, God first, everything else follows. Including physical health that comes from him, not hollow. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Everything changed when I let him use the strife to take shit. Transform my frame, but my entire being. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Seeing I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. More abundant than I ever imagined before. Not just physical, but spiritual transformation. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Celebration. So chase God, not just goals. He'll transform your body and your soul together, making you complete. I was chasing a better body, God gave me a new life. Can't be beat. Yeah, new creation, total transformation. That's God's way.